Have you ever heard of an antelope that looks almost white? Say hello to the Addax. It's nicknamed the white antelope because of its pale fur. The Addax is a beautiful and amazing animal with a very special story. The Addax might look like it belongs in a snowy place, but it actually lives somewhere very different. The Addax lives in a hot, dry place called the desert. Deserts get very little rain, and it can be hard for animals to survive there. But the Addax is a true desert expert. How does the Addax stay cool in the scorching sun? Its light-colored coat reflects sunlight, keeping it from getting too hot. Plus, the Addax can go a long time without drinking water. It gets most of the moisture it needs from the plants it eats. The Addax has some really cool features that make it uniquely adapted to its harsh desert environment. One of the most fascinating aspects of the Addax is its coat, which isn't always white. It can change color depending on the season. In the scorching summer months, its coat is almost completely white. This helps the Addax reflect the sun's intense heat, keeping it cooler in the blazing desert sun. However, as the seasons change and winter approaches, the Addax's coat transforms to a more grayish-brown hue. This seasonal adaptation helps the Addax blend seamlessly with the desert sand, providing it with better camouflage against predators. But the most striking, and perhaps the most iconic feature of the Addax, is its magnificent horns. Both males and females boast long, spiraled horns that look a bit like giant corkscrews. These horns are not just for show, they serve several important purposes. These impressive horns can grow up to 1 meter long, making them a formidable tool in the Addax's survival arsenal. The Addax uses its horns in various ways. They are essential for digging up roots and tubers, which are vital food sources in the arid desert. Additionally, these horns provide a means of defense against predators, allowing the Addax to protect itself and its territory. Section 4. Desert Dining. What's on the menu? So, what does an Addax eat in the desert? In such a harsh and unforgiving environment, finding food can be quite a challenge. Well, there aren't many trees or juicy fruits in the desert. The landscape is mostly barren, with only a few hardy plants managing to survive the extreme conditions. The Addax is a herbivore, which means it only eats plants. But not just any plants. These are tough, resilient desert plants that have adapted to the arid climate. It has adapted to survive on the few desert plants it can find. This includes a variety of grasses, leaves, and other vegetation that can withstand the heat and lack of water. The Addax eats tough grasses, leaves, and even the stems of desert plants. These plants are often dry and fibrous, but they provide the necessary nutrients for the Addax to thrive, and even the stems of desert plants. The Addax's strong teeth and digestive system are perfectly suited to break down these tough materials. It uses its amazing sense of smell to find food and water sources hidden beneath the sand. This keen sense helps the Addax locate the scarce resources it needs to survive. Sometimes the Addax will even eat the roots of plants to get extra moisture. These roots can be a vital source of hydration, especially during the driest periods of the year. Despite the harsh conditions, the Addax has mastered the art of desert dining, making the most of what little the desert has to offer. Section 5. In Danger. The Addax's story. Sadly, the Addax is in big trouble today. There used to be many Addax roaming the deserts of Africa, but now they are critically endangered, which means there are very few left in the wild. Why are there so few Addax left? People have hunted them for their meat and horns. Also, people have built roads and houses in the Addax's home, which means there is less space for them to live and find food. Section 6. Protecting our precious Addax. The Addax, also known as the white antelope, is a rare and beautiful creature that roams the deserts of Africa. Its striking white coat and long twisted horns make it a unique and fascinating animal. It's important that we protect the Addax and make sure it doesn't disappear forever. The Addax is critically endangered, with only a few hundred left in the wild. Their numbers have dwindled due to habitat loss and poaching. Many people are working hard to help the Addax. Conservationists and wildlife experts are dedicating their lives to studying and protecting these magnificent animals. They monitor their movements and health, ensuring they have the best chance of survival. They are creating safe places for the Addax to live and making sure people don't hunt them. Sanctuaries and protected areas are established to provide a safe haven for the Addax, where they can live without the threat of poachers. We can all do our part by learning about the Addax and telling others how special it is. Education and awareness are key to the Addax's survival. By teaching others about the importance of this species, we can inspire more people to take action. By spreading the word, we can help make sure that the amazing white antelope will be around for many years to come. Every effort counts, from supporting conservation organizations to participating in awareness campaigns. Together, we can make a difference and ensure the Addax thrives for future generations.